Hello, everyone. Welcome to Maker's Bar. We got a special guest today. His name is Aronin Ponnappan. Did I say that right, sir?
Yes, it's
All
correct.
right. I practiced for a little while, but you're the founder of Sastra Robotics.
Yes.
Welcome to Maker's Bar. We really appreciate you taking time out of your day to come on.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. It's really nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too. How's your day going?
It's going good. I recently moved to Bay Area, and I'm in the middle of setting up a small robot experience center in Sunnyvale. So it's happening in a plug and play tech center in Sunnyvale.
Sounds good. I just worked all day and then came home and I've been relaxing and waiting for this podcast with you. So tell me about your early career and how you got to doing what you're doing.
Uh, so honestly speaking, this is my first career. So I started my company, Sastra Robotics, straight out of the college. So during the college time, what happened like it was happening in 2008. It's way long back. So one of my other co-founder, Mr. Achu Wilson, he took a seminar on introduction to robotics in our class. So that is my introduction. I was very passionate about the robotics technology since then. There is another incident happened in 2008. Marvel series released Iron Man film, the first film. I was very passionate about that film after watching that film along with the I Robot film. These two films are influenced me a lot. So I was very curious about robotics technology then. During the college itself, we started building different type of robots like obstacle avoiding robot. A robot can understand human language and act accordingly. A small humanoid robot, etc. So in the college, we handled different roles. I was the IEEE chairman. Whoever the IEEE chairman uh, should conduct a technical fest. So when we conduct the technical fest, we showcase all the robot we built during the college. It was based on the passion. It's not based on the curriculum. So these opportunities actually help us to connect with the different people in this industry. So one of the key person I met during 2009, it was Mrinal Kalakrishnan. He's a very famous robotic scientist. He's an ex-Googler and currently in Facebook. So he taught me about the difference between the educational perspective and industrial perspective. So then after I was very curious about finding a job in robotics sector. I was not planning to build a company that time, but I just wanted to be part of a robotics team. So after the graduation in 2012, I look at our opportunities in India. But unfortunately, I didn't find any good robotics companies, and there are a little, very less number of robotics companies was found in that time in India. So I thought it's a good time we can start something new. And honestly speaking, I never thought to start something very new and under a particular pain point in the industry. All I wanted to build something interesting and something very useful for human. So my vision or my personal belief is that if we look around us, we can see a lot of beautiful stuff created by humans. Lot of beautiful artifact, the big building. If we look at us and ask the question how we built all this thing, there is only one simple answer: using our own hands we built it. I can understand that vision and the brain helped us, but end of the day humans are doing jobs using our hand. And when I think deeply, I understand even if I close my eyes, I can touch and feel, I can start doing jobs. So the human ability to touch and feel is a significant like importance of what we are building right now with using our human hand. So I believe strongly, if we provide this ability to touch and feel to a robotic hand, then robot can do much better than a human. So that's how everything started. Like I started building a robotic arm with a touch and feel capability. Then I met a set of engineers from the field, and they point out, hey, there is a problem we can probably solve using the technology you are developing. That's how everything started in back in 2013.
Wow, you built a robotic hand?
Yeah, we built a robotic hand. It's looked like a Iron Man hand. I took the same color combination, and this research still going on. It's a prosthetic robotic arm. First thing in this world, it can touch and feel, which means it can apply a particular pressure on the object we touch or grab. And at the same time, it can sense the kind of vibration or the temperature from the surface we touch. So that is
Wow.
a parallel research is going in our company.
Oh, wow. I used to work at Motorola for like 12 years, and we had a bunch of robots. And now I work at the Toyota plant, and we have huge robots there, but not like what you're talking about, robotic hands. That's a lot more complex. But what does your company do, and what's your main product? Is it the robotic hand?
No, robotic hand is a technology we are developing. This eventually going to be a mainstream product, like a prosthetic or robotic hand for amputee people, but not immediately. But the technology we developed is the ability to replicate human hand or human fingers. So what we did, like it was an incident happening in 2014. I met a set of people from Robot Bosch, the bigger company in Germany. So Robert Bosch automotive department, they said like they have a specific problem during the development of touchscreen based infotainment system. The testing is very recurring and very hectic for the human to do that, because they want to multiple millions of cycle they want to touch in a touch screen and understand the content and validate it. So instead of a human do the continuous validation, why can't we build a robot that can do the validation? That's how everything come, and we identify a core problems statement, and we started manufacturing a industrial version of the robotic hand with the computer vision. It can test a real physical device just like a human, and like a human it can understand the kind of language on the screen, content we can validate using it, and all the functionality and endurance tests can be automated through that. So there are 6 industry vertical we are supporting, not only automotive infotainment systems. Anywhere there is a touch screen and a smart interface, a human is intended to interact with the machine. The content validation, the functionality validation, the endurance validation, everything can be done by the robotic hands and the platform we manufactured. So in automotive sector, avionics, cockpit panels, medical mission critical equipment interfaces, industry mission critical equipment, the mobile phone, smart hardware as well as software, everything can be tested using the same infrastructure we have built, and we named it as Quaco, Quality Assurance Companion. It will act as a companion for the quality engineers, and it make their life is much easier.
Oh, wow. So, what were some significant challenges that you faced in your initial stages of your business, and how did you overcome that?
So, like I said, I starting this company without having any experience in working in a other organization. So everything was initially a challenge for us, starting from identifying what kind of organization I should build, what type of structure. I mean, should I incorporate a private limited company or should I go for a partnership entity? Everything was a confusion initially. And second thing, like setting up a company, then understanding that what is the type of funding out there in the field. So what are the basic infrastructure available, when we can access, how we can access, how to pitch the investors, what are the type of funds available, should I go for angel investment or should I go for a bank loan? Everything was a question mark for us. So what I did, like I started participating different type of programs. There are two type of programs we mainly focus. One is type of programs startup ecosystem offer with the grants, so there is a equity free money we can grab it. My intention not only grabbing the money, my intention is to understand the the opportunity we are chasing, which means when we apply for a grant or a competition, they will ask tremendous amount of questions. What is the problem you are solving? What is the type size of market you are after? What is a go to market strategy? What is a business model? What is a customer acquisition strategy? Everything, a bunch of questions they will shoot in front of us. And slowly I started learning like what are the strategies we should develop, what are the type of funding out there. And on top of this, when we gain or when we win some grant by winning some competition, there are two things will happen. One, recognition in terms of a certificate or honor will happen, and we will be in the like prime light, and we will get a mic, and we will get an opportunity to ask a question to the stakeholders. And normally the ask from my side is like two things. One, if anyone here willing to act as my mentor advisor, I would love to talk to you more. So that's how I met my first investor. So that's how initially the challenges I overcome based on the conversation we had with the different type of programs, and grab those information. Based on the information, we build a strategy. Like initially we don't want to go for the angel investor or VC investment without proving this revenue generation model with our product. So initial fund was collected from different programs, and approximately 150,000 plus US dollar worth of grant we received from different competitions. So it provide both the insight about the information as well as some amount of visibility to the market in terms of the startup ecosystem.
So, what has been your most satisfying moment in business so far?
So there are different type of satisfaction I normally receive from this operations. So the most satisfactory thing normally happen when we see someone is utilizing or someone is benefiting with the technology or the hard work we put forward. For example, recently one of a customer called me, and they told me like we were struggling to replicate the problem or the bug reported by the field using the conventional method, but your robot really helped us to pinpoint and replicate the same problem by replicating more than 10 million cycles of test cases running on the top of the devices, which otherwise is not possible. And what happened after that, he got like a job increment as well as a promotion by doing this innovative approach. So that is something like a very satisfactory thing. Then second thing, like I said, there is a robotic arm which we are manufacturing for providing a prosthetic application. So recently I met a different people with they don't have the hands, so they're really struggling. So when we showcase the development we had with this robotic hand, that the smile in their face is like it's out of words. So they're actually expecting a era of iRobot or Iron Man type of suit is going to help them. It's not so far, and the type of like confidence in their face is very satisfactory. So as an engineer, as a founder of a company, building something is actually supporting humanity, some limitation of the human life, and giving a new life is a very big thing according to me.
Hmm. So, what are the key values of that your company represents, and how do you ensure that they're upheld?
So there are multiple value system we created. Like if you ask me like what are the important aspect we stands for, so the integrity or the quality, because we build quality assurance companion for customers. So I would say that integrity, innovation, the customer focus, or the quality are the main pillar, because when we innovate something, really stands for something that going to help us to obtain a certain quality in a particular a field. It actually helping to solve multiple type of problems based on our customer interaction. So these are the five pillars, like integrity, innovation, customer focus, and the quality, and everything end of the day need to account, so accountability. So these are the five pillars normally we follow to like value our company.
Yeah. How do you define success for yourself and your business?
So that is a good question. Like there are two aspects as per my understanding. So success in terms of business is always, for me, it's always related to profitability. So for example, when I understand how the ecosystem of VCs works, and the investment from the angel investors work, they all are expecting some kind of return. In angel investors, when we take the money from their side, they are investing in us. I mean, investing in the founders, in investing in the team. They are expecting that the team will probably pull out something. They will give them a return of investment in terms of money and fame. At the same time, when the moment we started receiving money from the VC investors, they are VCs. Every VCs are committed to give a return of investment to their LP. So they are more interested to understand about the profitability angle of the business and the exit strategies and all. So for a business, for me, it's always in profitability in terms of number, the scalability angle, how many geography location we can scale, how many industry vertical we can scale, how much amount of revenue we can generate. So success means that how much more and more revenue, more and more opportunity we can fulfill. But when it comes to personal, like I said, the satisfactory moment, the end of the day, everyone is doing our job because we want to peacefully sleep in the night. So if we can go to the bed without any regret, without any problem, even there will be challenges, there will be stress in the work, but end of the day, if I can peacefully and happily sleep, that is a success for me. And obviously I want to make a lot of money doing this business, and I want to support my family, my friends, my known people, those who already supported me. That is there, but end of the day, happiness, that is matters more.
Yeah. So, how do you handle adversity and doubt?
So you can say, like, stay resilient, or if you want to understand about what is happening in our business, you have to be very consciously evaluating the situation. Whenever we need support, we don't need to hesitate to reach out to friends or family or mentors or colleagues to give some support. So one of the key hack I'm doing there. So normally I will have, I'm a extrovert person, so I normally talk to many people, and I love to make friends. So every time when I meet a mentor or a colleague or a friend or a well-wisher, I normally provide some insight about my current situation, and I keep on doing the same thing with different people in the industry. And whenever I face challenges, taking a right action in the right time is the key. So I normally reach out to the people. If I face some problem, I understand that the particular problem might happened in a particular group of people or a person. I initially reach out to them and ask what happened there. Will you be able to give some guidance? So that is something very key for me.
Hmm. Can you share a failure that later became a success or a valuable lesson?
Okay, I would like to tell you an interesting story here. So it was happening in 2019. So every other founders, one of my biggest ambition was to raise $2 million worth of capital from a venture capital. So when I was trying to reach out to multiple type of VCs, one VC, I don't want to name that person and name the VC, but he's a very good friend of mine right now. So he initially gave me a good offer, and the same time, during the conversation I found he's not that much interested in the revenue model we are having. And I said, like, see, $2 million is the amount of money we can generate from one of our customer from a single lead itself. But he was not willing to believe my words, so he simply said, like, okay, then prove yourself. So I take it personally, and I what my intention that time, like, okay, he challenged me, I want to prove that this is possible. So without having any words, I get out from the room and I went to a specific geographical location. I was focused more on building a sales. I wanted to prove that this is practically doable, and I did it end of the day. But the biggest lesson I learned from this, like, I don't know what happened after that. I never, like, took a feedback from my other investors, connected me to the specific investors. So I, literally speaking, I arrogantly walk away from the deal. So after 3 months, I got to know about, through my angel investor. He felt like he was pissed off with my attitude and kind of arrogance, to showcase what we can build using our like a business model. So what I did after that, like, I felt really bad about it. And at that time, I was not. I would say I was not that much mature enough to handle such a situation. So I reached back again, and I handled to set up a meeting. I took around 3.5 hours to convince that why I did it that time. And I literally said sorry to that person, to teaching me a big lesson. Even if you want to say no to a person, we can say very politely without taking it personally. That's a very big lesson for me.
Hmm. So how do you foster innovation and creativity in your organization?
So, innovation and creativity is actually coming based on the type of freedom we are providing to our team. For example, if we want to innovatively solve something, then they have the ability, or they have the freedom to explore more options without any fear. We should give the team members the right tool, the right mentorship, and the right guidance to do this different approach. So I always insist people in my team members, whenever we are small, especially in a startup ecosystem, the number of team member will be limited to a company. So the weightage of each individual contribution will be higher. So if we provide the right mentorship, the right tools, and encourage the collaboration between the team members, and it will automatically start happening that they normally start figuring out the innovatively solving a problem. And we have to set some leads. For example, if we identify a particular a team member is doing much better than the other, then even if a small or a bigger, irrespective of that what they achieved, we have to encourage them by providing some uh, like success party, I would say. Each and every, we have to celebrate the success as, and we have to learn from the failure. That is my logic. So
What is
innovation
your
automatically happen after that.
okay? I didn't mean to cut you off. Are you done?
Okay.
Okay. So what's your long-term vision for the company?
So long-term vision, we want to be the leader in testing automation. For example, if you are going to buy Apple, you can understand the Steve Jobs is always set a benchmark for the company's product. And you the moment you hear the brand name Apple, we automatically, it will come to our mind that okay, it's a luxurious product, it's a very quality product. So similar to that, if somebody is listening in the future, okay, this product is tested by Shastra, If this product is tested by Shastra's robot, then we don't want to worry about the quality. It will be a quality product. So become a leader of this like testing automation is one of our the core vision of the company.
How do you approach risk in your business?
So this particular thing I specifically learned from UK based company. So the British companies have a speciality in my understanding. So they are very good at documentation. So one of the every time when we meet different type of British customers, they provide a little more insight and they demand a little more attention for the documentation side. And on top of documentation there is a significant uh, effort and space they allocate for risk and mitigation. So in my understanding, if we want to evaluate and take key actions on the different type of operational or project or business related risk, we have to be very agile, and we have to be very systematically evaluate the situation. So there are different type of risk management metrics we implemented in our company. So most of them are related to a project business operations and sales related. So there are two type of risks we are handling right now. One, we can predict the risk. The second thing, we can't predict the risk. And the predictable outcome, then we can prepare for the risk. And the unpredictable situation, there should be a room we have to allocate from the daily routine, from the budget allocation, everything. This might happen, it might not happen, but whatever it happened, we should be ready for that.
Hmm. Can you describe your leadership style and how you cultivate your team culture?
So uh, I don't know how to explain my leadership style. Normally, I'm a detail-oriented person, which means I provide attention to every minute detail, whether it is a projection, financial projection, or like a look and feel of our product, or functionality or features, or even a small logo on top of our product. So I personally believe that if we pay enough attention to the detailing, we can pinpoint the faults, we can pinpoint the simple thing which actually or eventually turned into a very good situation for our business. So I normally provide like enough freedom to our employees, which means I normally worried about are they coming on time, are they going early or not. That is not like my thing. I always say like, are they able to do their assigned task? Are they fulfilling it the right with the right quality? So if they're not, then initially I'll provide some insight. I will connect with some mentors if I'm not able to guide them. So I'll always look for the people smarter than me, and I always insist them, we need to stand out from the crowd. We don't want to be a follower. If we want to be a leader, we should stand out from the crowd. If we are just listening others, or the head of department, and just following the orders, then we will become followers. We are not going to be a leader in that specific sector.
How has your business evolved since you started?
So it's evolved in a good shape. So a couple of things changed in 2021 during the pandemic. So what happened? Like we started as an Indian company, and being a single entity, single office present in India, the international customer during the pandemic time rejected us because of we don't have a physical presence. So what if we don't able to travel to their location, or we don't able to provide them enough support? So that time we decided that this is the point we can either think about shutting down the company or think about globally expanding in a different perspective. So we took the second option. So we built a headquarters in US, and we built two subsidiary, one in India and one in UK. And we focus Indian subsidiary more on the production and R&D, and UK subsidiary handling a portion of the R&D and the European based service. And on top of this, we decided, like, based on our customer input, we can start robot experience centers and support team in different parts in the US. So it will give some kind of credibility in front of our customers. It will give a lot amount of decision making ability, the courage to take a decision on top of this company. So that is what we did.
Can you tell me about a book or a mentor or even an event that significantly influenced your journey?
Yes, there are many people significantly influenced in my journey. One of the book I want to highlight. Normally, I discuss this name of the book with almost every program I attend. So there is a person called Amos. He was the previous managing director of Techstars Austin. So he wrote a book, Sell More Faster. It's a playbook for every startup founders. There is a W3 framework explaining beautifully what we should focus when we want to sell something, how we should approach when we want to sell something, how or what strategy we should develop when we want to uh, create a repeatable process in the sales. So I felt like these are very important, and it's very simple and digestible for every companies, irrespective of whether the company is a B2B or B2C. I strongly recommend every person should go and read those books. And another books is predictable prospecting, because every customers, every investors, every stakeholders in our company, they are expecting a predictable outcome in our life. Sometimes there are unpredictable outcomes also coming, but in sales, predictable outcome is mandatory. So how to build a predictable prospecting is all about that book. So that two books are, if we read it combined, for a if you are a startup founder, it will give you more insights.
All right. So, what are the most critical skills you believe that an entrepreneur needs to succeed? What are the skills they need?
So there are different type of skill set we have to grab. For example, in a business perspective, the business acumen is very important. So understanding a market situation, identifying a opportunity, and then following the opportunity, it need a systematic evaluation. So how we are going to systematically evaluate a situation, how we are going to take a meaningful decision based on data, which means financially we have to evaluate and take a decision about how we are going to take a decision on this aspect. So the second thing, like, if a founder, once we identify a particular problem, evaluated, and we found that this is a good problem we can go after, and it makes some significant amount of revenue or business opportunity, then you should be more focused on building a team, because without a team we can't do anything. So while building a team, you should be a motivator, you should be a leader, you should be a someone the your team can rely on. So then you have to come up with some kind of solution, maybe POC or MEP. Then what we need to go and interact with the different type of stakeholders, which means you have to interact with the customers, you have to interact with basically bankers or the institutions offering you fund. Every time you interact with anyone in your organization, the negotiation aspect will come into picture. Negotiation for me, it's not about winning the situation. It's about understanding a common ground, and it's a win-win situation. So these are the basic thing like business acumen, understanding the like opportunity and evaluating the situation, then being a leader and team building, then negotiation skill. These are the basic skill set. I think it's more important than others. There are many other aspect need to come into the picture, but these are the very important when we need to start a company or when we need to start something new.
Yeah. The final question is, what advice would you give someone that wanted to start their own company?
So the basic advice I probably normally give to youngsters, those who are willing to start something new. I started this company straight out of the college. So what happened to us is like I took a significant amount of time to reach a stable revenue or a repeatable sales process. To understanding all this business fundamentals, it is always a time consuming job. So in my perspective, in my guidance, it is always good to start something after a certain amount of industry experience, which means you will give some amount of time to yourself to learn the basics, and during this time frame you can learn about the business infrastructure available in your local or in your targeted geography location, and what are the network we can probably do while you're having a job, or what are the industry problem. One of the basic challenge most of the time I am foreseeing when we interact with the early founders directly coming out of the college like us, they have a very good vision on the product, but they will normally lack the experience to understand the business side in it, which means they normally fail to understand the business model or revenue model or the type of customers or the type of market or go to market strategy they want to adopt. All those things normally happen based on the experience. So if a if a person want to start something new, it's always good to start after certain experience from the field. So it will give you a lot of added advantages, as well as it gives some kind of credibility in front of the investors, as well as the confidence of in front of the investors or all the institutions, those who are financially going to back you in the business.
Yep. Really good advice. Well, that's the last question, sir.
Oh, really? Thank you so much.
You can take a breath now.
I was very passionate about the startup culture and all. So whenever somebody start asking about the experience or
Yeah.
the feelings I'm getting out of this job, every day the founder's life is very stressful. But what motivates me, like after stressful problem, once we solve that problem, we will get a feeling. Once we start
Mhm.
loving that feeling, we will definitely go after that.
Yeah. Okay. I appreciate you coming on and taking some time out of your evening. It took us a while to match up, but we got it together, and I'm really happy and glad that you took the time to come on.
Thank you so much. I'm really glad that you invited me and giving this great opportunity to express myself. It's a great motivation and a recognition for me, from my perspective. Thank you so much for this great opportunity.
All right. All right. Thanks everyone out there for listening. We'll see you next time on the Makers Bar podcast.